Okay, everybody, this is Rick trying to get my iPhone to work. I'm over here in Vicksburg, Mississippi on a Friday, heading over to the Alabama game. Be staying in Birmingham tonight. I like to come here to Vicksburg and come to the battlefield for a number of reasons. I'm a history buff, but main thing I wanted to do today is explain some stuff about Ole Miss. They haven't had much good news this year. But so I figured I'd come over here and give them a little credit. You see, I'm at a beautiful location here out on the river. This is actually a bluff. One of the, well, you can see the sign over here. Tennessee Heavy Artillery. And there's the cannons. This is actually one of the, artillery bunkers that they had during the war. It's beautiful over here. Instead of looking at me, I'll just pan around so you can see. We've made fun of Ole Miss for being having the mascot of the black bear, and I just wanted to give an explanation for that and apologize from an LSU standpoint, because I didn't know the history of it. In the days leading up to the Battle of Vicksburg, this is the Battle and Siege of Vicksburg, one of the Union soldiers was quoted, and this isn't a direct quote because I don't have my book with me, but he said something to the effect that he hated this land of Vicksburg. It's nothing but an overgrown jungle full of giant trees that's never been seen before, over entangled with vines, hills, and you see the hills over here, what he was talking about. He also said it was infested with a number of snakes, rats, and black bears. That's right, and I didn't know that. And the Union troops themselves were complaining about the number of black bears here in the Vicksburg area. So, and if you haven't got the book, by the way, it's by the author's name is Groom, which of course you Alabama fans will know. He wrote Forrest Gump. So Groom, and it's a highly, and it's just called Vicksburg. I forget the name of the title, but just look up Groom, author of Forrest Gump, and I think he lives down in Mobile, and this was a hell of a good book, very entertaining. So anyway, so we got the fact that Vicksburg was full of bears. So later, and that was in the 1864 time period. So then, when Teddy Roosevelt was president in the early 1900s, I think he was president in 1900. I studied politics in college, I should know this, but I think it was in the 1900 time frame, turn of the century. Teddy Roosevelt was here, not at this battleground, but he was here in Vicksburg hunting these black bears. Well, he saw a bear, and I'm going to mess the story up, but he saw a bear out in the distance, and he went to shoot it with his rifle, and he saw the cub coming up to the bear. I'm going to walk. He saw a cub coming up to the bear, and he just couldn't shoot it because the bear had a cub. I think that's how the story went, or else the bear might have been, just a little cute thing anyway. So he saw the bear and he couldn't dare shoot it, and he turned it away. And this is Teddy Roosevelt, the ultimate man, hero. Well, here's another cannon, by the way. This is a really cool one. So anyway, he couldn't shoot the bear. And the next day in the paper, somebody wrote an article. It wasn't really making fun of Roosevelt, but it was explaining a soft side to him. Anyway, the term teddy bear came up. That's right, the term teddy bear that we use today for any kid's little toy bear. It's probably one of the most famous toy names in the world. But this is where the term teddy bear came from, is in this area. So with those two reasons in mind, I myself am not going to make fun of Ole Miss anymore for having the black bear as its mascot. And whoever whoever came up with this in Oxford did a good thing. I mean, they knew their history, they knew the significance of it, and they created a mascot for a team that had real significant value, and it's something you could teach your kids about. And it's a really cool fact. So the fact that Ole Miss is the Rebels, and then the fact that now they have a mascot that's a black bear, makes total sense. The woods were infested with bears, and the world famous name Teddy Bear comes from this location right here, from Teddy Roosevelt. So anyway, enough of the history lesson. I do apologize for all you Ole Miss fans out there for saying Hottie Teddy and all this other teddy bear stuff, because knowing the facts now, it really wasn't cool. But enough history lesson. On to Birmingham. We will be back on tonight, probably around 7 or 8. I'm going to have my buddy Sherrill with me, and we're going to go back and forth about the LSU-Alabama game, and it's going to be good. If y'all want to, y'all can chat with us, or hell, call me or send me an email at secwestdudes@live.com. And as we get closer, I'll tell you what's going on, and we can get on there and we can chat or whatever, because I'm really getting tired of hearing all the national pundits talk about this game, and I'm really ready for fan input, because we know these kids and we know better than they do, I think, anyway. But y'all take it easy. Thanks for watching.